Hi everyone, it's Jacob here. It's been a while since I've posted another video, but I thought I'd try and get back to it and put a few more out there. Again, I'm making these videos for folks that are native English speakers, but have an interest in learning Samoan. So whether that's their Samoan heritage and they want to be able to learn Samoan to speak with family and friends, or whether it's you're not Samoan heritage, but you're interested in learning because you've got family or friends that are Samoan speakers, or you want to visit there. Either way, I'm trying to put together this series of videos that'll hopefully help build sort of the building blocks of learning Samoan grammar, obviously throwing some vocab in there. And so really that's the whole intent. I'll send a link up to other videos that you should probably consider watching before going through this one. But again, this is just another installment. I try and keep these as short as I can to try and just do little bite-sized components. So hopefully that's the case with this one. So today I wanted to talk about using adjectives and nouns, or something that modifies a noun in Samoan. So it's pretty simple and straightforward. And again, hopefully what this does, it just starts building your capabilities in speaking a new language. So with that being said, today I wanted to talk about using adjectives and noun modifiers in sentences. So here we'll be going over where does an adjective or a noun modifier come in various different sentence structures in Samoan. Again, highly recommend that you watch some previous videos, as we'll be building on those previous videos today in different sentence structures that I've made videos over. And then, of course, we'll do some vocab. And the idea with whenever I list a bunch of vocab on these slides, it's just to give you something to practice. They may not be the perfect vocab that you really want to use. So I highly encourage you using Google Translate or a Samoan to English dictionary and pull out the words that they're useful for you. They're the types of words that you want to use and that you want to speak. That's great. I just put together some random ones that you can start weaving into sentences. The best way to learn this is by using it. So highly recommend that. So with that being said, pretty straightforward. When we use adjectives in Samoan, it's the opposite of English. In English, we put the adjective before the noun. And in Samoan, we put it afterwards. So the quick example I've got there is the sentence, Ole mitiafu lanu moana. Ole mitiafu lanu moana. And really that translates to the blue shirt in English. So you'll notice that lanu moana is the adjective in this case. It modifies the noun le mitiafu, which is a t-shirt. And so you'll notice that the placement is just opposite of English. In English, we've got noun first, adjective first, then noun. In Samoan, we state the noun first, and then right afterwards, we follow that with the adjective. And this is really regardless of whatever sentence structure that you might be using. So whether it's in a noun phrase type of sentence, or when we're using emphatic pronouns, or when we're using descriptive pronouns, or when we're not using pronouns at all, it's the same pattern. The adjective or noun modifier follows the noun just immediately afterwards. So I've got a couple examples, and the way I try and do these videos is this. I want to demonstrate some pronunciation and sort of how it sounds so that you guys can replay it or hear it. So I'll go ahead and do that. So the noun phrase example I've got here is Ole ingo ole tamalapoa osimi. Ole ingo ole tamalapoa osimi. That translates to the name of the fat boy is Simi. Sorry, some of these sentences, I don't know, I don't put tons of thought into them, and this is just what I came up with. So here, lapoa is the adjective, and it's modifying the noun letama, which is boy, and again, comes right after the noun. Ole tama lapoa, the big boy. So here's another one for emphatic pronouns. Wo'oi lato ile fale tele. Wo'oi lato ile fale tele. And that translates to, they have gone to the big building or the big house. Again, tele is the adjective, which means big, and it comes right after the noun le fale. So with a descriptive pronoun, o te manao se ta'avale vavetele. O te manao se ta'avale vavetele. So that translates to, I want a really fast car. So here we've kind of combined a couple things. It's not just one pure sort of adjective, but vave is the word for fast, Tele is just, I guess you'd call that an adverb. I'm not exactly sure. I'm not a grammar expert by any means, but you'll notice that tele modifies the adjective vave, and it follows right after that word. So it's the same pattern. So we can kind of combine those two. That was the point of doing this example. So vave tele, really fast, it modifies the noun ta'vale, which is car. So o te manaos ta'vale vave tele, I want a really fast car. And then finally, just a non-pronoun type of sentence where we're just using regular nouns. Sa faitau le tama tusi uma lava de capineta. Sa faitau le tama tusi uma lava de capineta. So that translates to the boy read all the books in the cabinet. Uma lava, uma means all. Lava is a very common, again, I don't know if this is an adverb, but again, it modifies the adjective uma or the noun modifier uma. So you can kind of combine them all together. Uma lava, lava just accentuates things. It technically translates to enough or sufficiently, but sometimes it just brings it up one level. Is sort of the meaning behind it. Anyway, hopefully those are examples where you can kind of see how adjectives work. You can kind of begin to using them in your sentences that you are speaking with your family or friends or whoever it is you're practicing with. With that being said, in case you didn't already have some vocab sort of in mind, I've got a list of these types of words here. Again, like I've done in previous videos, I'm going to go through and do pronunciation. If you already know how to pronounce these things, stop the video here and just start practicing. But for right now, I'll go through and read them and talk about the English translation. So on the first column on the left, I tried to do a bunch of colors because that's a pretty common adjective. So lanu mumu, that is the color red. And literally lanu translates to the word color in Samoan. And you'll notice that sometimes to use this word in Samoan, you actually have to have the word lanu in there. And that's because mumu is like of burnt things. So, sometimes like pigskin might turn red when it's burnt. So that's kind of where lanu mumu comes from. So lanu mumu, lanu moli. Lanu moli is orange, literally means the color of oranges. Lanu samsama means yellow. Lanu samasama, and I have no idea what samasama means. If you know what it means, by all means, please post in the comment. I'd love to know. Lanu meamata means green. Literally translates to color of unripe things. Lanu moana is blue. Moana is one of the words that can be used for ocean. So color of the ocean, blue. Violet, violet, that's clearly an imported word. But it means like violet or purple. Pai means white. Uliuli means black. Lanu ena is brown. And I honestly don't know what ena means. Vave, as I mentioned before, vave is fast. Lemu or ngese are words for slow. Umi is tall. Umi is long. So that can be kind of confusing, but umi and umi. Pupu is short. Tele, as I mentioned before, is big. Laititi, this one's a tough one. It means small, but you'll notice there's quite a lot of eyes that are going back to back there. So it's a little bit subtle. It might not be something you can hear really easily when I say it. So just practice it. All the sounds are in there, but sometimes you kind of swallow some of those I's, but it's laititi. Vevela is hot. Mafanafana is warm. Malulu is cold. Loloto is deep. Loloto. Papau is shallow. Lapoa, again, lapoa is big or fat. It's not always a negative thing. I don't know if you guys are, palangi like me and you kind of think, oh, lapoa is kind of a mean word. Lapoa is not that mean of a word, and you hear it all the time. It's not a big deal to call. I'm not telling you to call people lapoa, but it's a very common way of describing folks or things that are just bigger. And it's not necessarily meant to be a negative thing at all. Bae is skinny. Mama, mama is light as in it doesn't weigh very much. Mamafa, mamafa is heavy, it does weigh a lot. Whaingata, whaingata is difficult. And then whaingofie, whaingofie is easy. You'll notice both those words have the word fai in them. Fai is actually a verb to do, and ngata is actually a pretty common suffix, so is ngofie, which can just kind of modify that verb. Anyway, you put them together, it's a very common adjective. And this is kind of highlighting Samoan's a very modular language in the sense that you'll find that little core words often get combined with other prefixes or suffixes or different things, and you can kind of create new words from there. So I try and mention these little things because you'll see them come up later, and hopefully it starts connecting dots and you can kind of start seeing how things really kind of jive together. So anyway, whaingata and whaingofie. Anyway, so that's pretty much it. With every single one of these videos, the thing I suggest to do is find someone to practice with, start trying to practice using these in sentences. If you've got a grandma, an aunt, an uncle, a mom or dad or whatever it is that is a fluent speaker, start forcing yourself to speak these sentences. You might sound like a 2-year-old when you start doing this, but it's the only way to do it. And hopefully they're patient with you and they, kind of humor you a little bit, but you will get better as you actually start practicing. So again, I hope this is helpful. If it is, please like it or subscribe or leave me a comment or do something to let me know whether or not it's worthwhile me making more of these. But again, appreciate those that have done so. I'll do my best to make more, and let me know how I can make these better. All right, thanks everyone.